So I'm not really ecstatic about making this video, but after seeing how local card shops has been the last 2 years, me being a vendor traveling to quite a few card shops, hearing about it not only on social media but my own comment section, it's come to my conclusion that a lot of OTS stores nowadays and the way they operate isn't really something that we should support. And I'm going to tell you guys why in this video. So if it's a little bit everywhere, I apologize. I don't think a script was going to be good for this video. I have contemplated it quite a bit because some people actually have warned me to not make this video actually, and I've never had a video like that. Even with my past videos I thought were going to be very controversial, like when I talked about the whole Simply Unlucky controversy, that went over pretty well, but this one I don't think is. I expect a lot of dislikes, and you know what, it's whatever. If you guys want to leave a like to counter that, that would be awesome. Feel free to subscribe. I don't really want to do the whole intro thing like usual for my videos because I kind of just want to get into the meat and potatoes of this. Now, the first controversy I want to bring to light is the lost art controversy. Now, if you guys don't know, this happened during the Dark Magician Girl second rerun for her lost art. Not the first one, but the second one. Now, during the first one, most card shops sold their lost art Dark Magician Girls, all of them within a day, max 3 days. I didn't really hear of any card shops having them for more than 3 days unless they were very, very rural. Probably mispronounced that word, but you guys get the point. Very unknown. And a lot of stores, when they got their second rerun, knew how popular this lost art was. Now, I know some awesome card shops that decide, all right, we're going to make sure that someone doesn't hoard these, you know, basically for scalpers. You get to put your name, all this, and you get to have one copy. And that's it, because they want to make sure to distribute the second run to everybody. Now, this version's a little bit different, but I don't want to digress too much. And that's great if you did that. If the card shop did that, that's great. However, what some card shops, and by some card shops, I mean more than I actually thought, decided to do with their free OTS product, by the way, they get to move dead product because you have to pay $30 to get this and move it somewhere else, is what they decided to do is say, hey, we're all out, take the lost arts and sell them online. They were trying to sell them for $40, $50, and they would just pocket that instead of giving it to their players and just telling their players, oh, we're out. It's fine. And a lot of stores during this time, now it was very hard for me to find some of these posts, especially because a lot of them were deleted, but I do know a lot of stores that were actually got penalties handed out or were caught doing something like this. In fact, one of my local card stores did this, but another card store, and this is the only card store I heard of doing this specifically, actually decided you must pay $100 for your DMG instead of $30. Now, if you guys don't know, for every lost art, regardless of how popular it is, how much it's worth or whatever, the rule is if you pay $30 in sealed product, you get an you get your pick of a lost art promo. It's not, oh, this is popular, so you have to spend over 3 times the amount. That is not how it goes. And I sat there, I was like, wow. I couldn't even believe it. I know a lot of people were unhappy with that store. I know some people weren't coming back to that store. I know some people who reported that store. I know some people who did not care. But it was definitely very hot since this is one of the locals in my area. And I'm not going to say which because I'm not trying to bring names into this and catch me a lawsuit. I'm good, fam. But that happened, and it really does suck, right? You know, I know one card store that got a big penalty for it. I don't think they received their OTS 15 or 16. I think it was 15 because of their lost art, because they hoarded it instead of giving it to the players. And the fact that this happened to such a large scale, because I remember Zodiac Duels back outing these when this controversy was very massive, just kind of upsets me because it's not that they paid anything for them. Konami gives it to you for free. If you're an OTS store, either that or you pay or it gets, you know, thrown in with your OTS packs, because they don't pay for OTS either, which is another thing we're going to bring up, and we might as well bring up for our segue, is the selling of OTS packs. Now, if you guys didn't know, if you buy $30 worth of sealed or 15, you get 1 or 2 packs, 1 pack for $15, 2 packs for $30. Konami has since removed this, because we're getting, you know, playback, and it's, you know, this was their solution to keep stores from selling product so that they could still sell product, because people are like, oh, we could get OTS if we buy $30 now, which was really awesome. And, you know, if they kept releasing OTS and nobody could get them because nobody's playing tournaments, that would be kind of redundant. So it was really good that Konami actually did this. Like, the fact that Konami made a good decision just makes this video even more confusing than it already is. But they decided to remove this. Now, I know some shops are still doing it, which is fine. It does help benefit the player base at least, so I'm completely fine with that. Along with some card stores don't run as many Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments or get a very low count because they weren't able to have as many players after, well, you know, the virus. So I completely get that. However, some locals, what they decide to do, and none of mine locally did this besides one, which, oh, trust me, they're not going to be getting OTS anytime soon, decided to, if you're going to break this rule a little bit to benefit your players, that's one thing. If you decide to sell all 100 packs, a whole box, to someone and not have your, you know, packs for your actual recurring weekly players, within 2 days, we're going to have a problem. What happened during OTS 17 at this card shop, and I actually have a friend who works there who, you know, not only did he tell me this, but I actually happen to know the person who did this. I found out through the grapevine of talking to a few vendors and all that, and I was like, oh, that's funny. Guy came in, bought enough, about $1,500 worth of product, a little bit more or something, and he decided that, hey, since they're doing this rule, and they have no limits, I can get 100 OTS packs. Now, if you guys don't know, if you're getting 1,500 worth of product, but then you're getting 100 OTS 17 packs on top of it, you're profiting pretty heavy. And essentially what he did is he scalped it completely. Now, Saturday is when they have their locals, and I decided, because I assumed they got them on Friday, maybe they got them Monday or Tuesday, whatever. I came for the first locals, they had OTS, and I was excited to play. I was like, oh, I could get some OTS. I met a few people there that I really liked talking to, and I had a great time with everybody there. Problem is, I asked them at the beginning, are you guys going to have OTS 17 to give out? And they say, oh, we ran out. Now, I already know they did not run out in less than a week. All right, that is absolutely absurd, and they would have kept some for their tournament. That's just common sense to me. I go to everyone, and I say, hey, they have no OTS 17. Now, this is a very small tournament. It's about 6, 7 people. Usually it's more, but this card shop kind of died because they have a lot of other bad Yu-Gi-Oh practices, and guess what? That catches up to you, buddy. Locals, and everyone knows the locals I'm talking about if they're from my area and all that, used to average 30 or 40 people. Pretty awesome locals. Like, if locals could average about 20 people, that's pretty good overall. I mean, again, it's a locals, right? I think 20 is pretty good, right? 30, 40, awesome turnout. But, you know, now they had 6 or 7. A lot of people came for OTS. Everyone got so upset. No joke. I ended up getting like 2nd or 3rd, but I lost my round just because I was one of the last people to give up. Because nobody wanted to play, because this was post Dawn of Majesty, by the way, so no one wanted to play for Dawn of Majesty's packs. Nobody wanted to play for it, and everyone was very upset because of this practice. The guy who was running the tournament, he didn't really handle Yu-Gi-Oh too much, and that's nothing offending to him. He was just the person who made sure our event went smoothly, right? Kudos to him. Was so confused how everyone dropped after round 1. Like, you could see it in his face, his confusion, because everyone was too pissed off. I was pissed off. Everyone was pissed off. And everyone ended up leaving. I ended up getting like 2 or 3 packs of Donna's Match. I ended up pulling a Ready Fusion, which, I mean, was pretty cool, actually. It's about $25, $30 card, so it's pretty nice and pretty usable. But I was still pretty upset overall at the whole thing. In fact, the guy, one of my friends who works there who told me about this was very upset about it. And, you know, there's more about that, but I'm not going to spill the whole beans on that. And it just upsets me greatly on that. I know other shops have not only done something similar to that, but they actually just, you don't have to buy sealed product. You could just give us $1,000 and we'll give it to you. Now, there is the counterclaim, which is, oh, people have been selling their OTS boxes on eBay all the time. Yeah, but the bad practices that is, you know, if a card shop does that, they're supposed to have them for the players. That's, you know, that's only a few card stores. Nowadays, it's way more common just within the last year, right? You'd see a few listings on eBay, sure, right? But you would hear tons of stores magically being out of OTS. That's absolutely ridiculous. And I honestly can't even believe it. And that, you know, if this happened to you, I bet people are going to be relating to this of your card store being magically out of OTS packs within a week or two. Because some card stores, if they're very popular, they actually get 2 or 3, maybe even 4 boxes of OTS, and if you guys don't know, it's 100 packs each. They might keep like 2 or 3 for the players and then sell one of the boxes. And I've heard of that happening before, because not only is it a lot easier to detect, but players don't know exactly how many boxes a card store has. And I can't, I'm just because I'm a vendor, or if I frequent shop, doesn't mean I could just point to say how many boxes did they get, unless I know someone on the inside there, or I managed to get that info out of them, which I don't really care enough to. But like I said, I just happen to have a friend there. Now, for one of the third points here, I'm going to be talking about the MSRP, aka the full retail price that a lot of local stores are selling you your Yu-Gi-Oh products at. Now, one of my first examples that comes to mind for most people is the Salmon Great Structure Deck being a $15 structure deck to a lot of OTS stores. Now, this wasn't super common, but it was pretty big controversy. People were upset, but the large majority of stores were not doing it. However, now with the Cyber Dark Structure Deck, where we got a awesome reprint called Infinite Impermanence, right? Awesome reprint, a lot more affordable to players, and they get a bunch more cards they can play with. They get, Cyber Dragon Herds, which is a pretty cool reprint. You guys get the point. A lot of stores are selling to you at $15. The 2021 Megatins, $30 each. Now, I know some places have for $25. I got lucky and pre-ordered my Megatins, and this is for a product that has been $20 for over a decade. And the reason why this is not because they only want to make more money, but it's because a lot of card shops are switching to a marketplace value where, hey, we're going to sell this at marketplace. If it's 40, we sell them. If it's 70, we sell them, at 70. You guys get the point. And I just don't think that's the way to go, because I feel that for your local base, because, by the way, just to let you guys know, they buy this so much ahead of time. They pay the normal standard price. So if they're selling you tins for 30, it's not like they paid more for those tins. If a card shop did and they say that, they're most likely lying to you, right? They paid the exact same amount if they were going to sell it for 20, if they were going to sell it for 30, right? Because that's how early they actually buy their product. They buy their product earlier than anybody else, including vendors, including literally anybody, because that's how card stores operate. So the fact that they're trying to get more money from the players and charge way more because they know they could get that amount just really sucks. It's like, why should I support my local card shop when they're not going to support me? Because for me, loyalty and trust are a two-way street. As a vendor, if I give someone my trust and all that, and I end up ripping them off and they don't come back, well, guess what? Respect's a two-way street. They have every right not to come back, right? And that's why literally, I don't even think one person who actually dealt with me is upset with how the whole ordeal went. So overall, that's how I think card shops should be, especially because it's about building a community. How are you supposed to build a community when you constantly fuck it over? It's completely impossible. And tell me in the comment section below if that's possible, because I really don't think it is. That's the biggest thing to me. Card shops nowadays are just trying to get as much money as possible from you. They don't care about the game. They don't care about the community. But the biggest thing is they don't even care about good business practices now and running how things were. And that's what really, really upsets me. It's to the point where if you're watching this far in the video, I suggest if you know a set's going to be hot, like you listen to my videos because I give advice on that, make sure to pre-order it, because, just like how Burst of Destiny, but some stores are selling that for $100 a box, and it's like, really? TCG Player is cheaper than most of these places. I'm not saying that because I'm affiliated with even TCG Player. It's just true at this point. And I just think that when loyalty is a two-way street, you shouldn't always support your local card stores. Now, these are just 3 reasons, because this video would be way too long if I kept going any further. And I've noticed all these controversies and problems a lot more in the last 2 years. But I want to say, if you have a local card shop that's good to you, they sell things at the normal price, right? If they were, listen, for a business that lasts a long time, they probably did a scummy thing or two, definitely. If I had a business, it probably would have ended up happening. I don't expect every card store to act like a little angel, right? But if a card store is overall really great to you, and the player base, and they try to help you out, they're really nice, maybe even they give you a little bit of a deal somehow, please support that card shop, because that's more rare nowadays than you think. And make sure to thank them, because honestly, I wish I had more awesome card stores to go to that treat me like, a lot better. Like, hey, you're part of my community, instead of, hey, you're not even a customer, we're gonna rip you off the second we can. and it is what it is. But overall, hopefully you guys understand this is also just my opinion, because I've had enough. I'm very frustrated, and I think a lot of people are frustrated too. If you enjoyed this video, or you really like me making it, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. I want to know in the comment section below what you guys think and your experiences with local your local OTS stores, aka card stores, and hopefully they're positive. I hope to read some more positive comments in the comment section below. Let's have a discussion like always. Consider being a YouTube channel member to support the channel as well, by the way. Thank you to those who are YouTube channel members. It actually does mean a lot that people actually pay me for my opinion. I do think it's a pretty valuable opinion, but still, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video that is hopefully more lighthearted and fun. I'm actually getting some OTS packs for you guys soon, hopefully, to open up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.